Hi, my name's Brigham. Kind of just a regular guy who's interested in jumping into the YouTube world. So this is a little bit about me, and I've been putting this off for way too long. All the advice I'm getting is telling me just to go for it. Get something out there and start making more videos. That's the best way to get experience. So here's a little bit about me. That's my best friend, Christian. You'll see a lot more of him, I'm sure. Went to high school together, ended up going to college in the same town. Different schools, but we really enjoyed doing everything outdoors, rock climbing, hiking, kayaking. We definitely prefer to be outdoors than in. So I was at the Brigham Young Business School and quickly decided to drop out of that. I found my place a little bit more with remodeling, and so right from my first property, we took on some really big remodeling projects. I met my wife, soon to be wife, while I was at school. We started traveling together right away. Took a trip to Chicago. Shortly after that, like I said, I dropped out of the BYU business school. I went to China and decided to try and figure out what I wanted to do over there. And spent a lot of time exploring, figuring out who I was, meeting new people, trying a lot of really good food. And it was a huge growth moment for me because that's when I realized just how much family meant to me. I thought that I was something else, but I quickly realized that family was what means the most to me. And so that'll definitely be a big part of my journey here. This is one of my favorite dishes here, Peking duck. I just came to love all the food I was able to try out there. It's one of my buddies that I actually met in England when I was serving an LDS mission there. And of course, I made a lot of other good friends in China as well. So many good people. After that China trip, I toured around Southeast Asia and had a bit of a shirtless adventure. Met a lot of natives who told me I was crazy for hiking without a knife in tiger and wild boar jungles like this one here. This was an experience. Loved the architecture, loved the culture. Again, loved a lot of the friends that I made and met up with from past experiences. So really enjoyed my time in Malaysia. After that, I flew over to meet my soon-to-be fiancée. I proposed to her across from that hill there, and she said yes. So that was the start of our relationship together, was in Greece. And we drove up the western coast up to Albania, met a bunch more people up there, just loved our experience, and then came back down and finished our trip back on the islands of Greece. This is a standout trip for sure. After that, I flew over to the Philippines and really enjoyed my time with my brother there. We'd had a lot of adventures, did a lot of crazy stuff, saw some really cool things. Then I came back. We got married, moved to Las Vegas, and entered the period of our lives where my wife was going to grad school and I was trying to start a business. And while I was working on licensing for that business, I was definitely in a dark spot, working nights, exhausted, kind of depressed, feeling like I wasn't doing great. And so board games became a big outlet for me, and card games. We also discovered our love for food. And so we would make a lot of food. That's how we kind of found our zen, if you will, just trying all sorts of different recipes, experimenting, and that's been a part of our lives ever since. Then we welcomed our first son to the world. Ender is our pride and joy. He makes life worth living. We are so grateful to have him and love spending time with him. He's so sweet. He has got such a heart. Then I was able to finally start my business. So for the last 4.5 years, have been painting and remodeling kitchens and bathrooms, specifically the cabinets. So we've done everything from color changes to adding in new boxes, really just doing a lot of projects like that, and I've learned a lot along the way. There's a couple of the jobs that we've done for folks. I've really loved this because I learned that I really enjoy interior design. So maybe some more of my videos will focus on some past jobs that I've done or ones that I'm working on. I've done a lot on my own personal house that I'd love to document and show that to you as well. But lots was learned during that time, and of course we never gave up our love for travel. So I went with my parents and my wife back to England, went to Hawaii, just loved getting out of our little bubble, experiencing new cultures, and really soaking in God's great earth. There's so much out there to enjoy. And then our second son came to join us, Knox. He is a smiley boy, and we're still getting our travels in. Just had a trip to San Francisco recently, and maybe I'll have some more trip-specific videos. That's kind of a rundown of the last few years of my adult life and who I am, and I am excited to learn how to edit these videos in a way that's really engaging. I don't know where my subject matter is going to go necessarily. I've got a lot of interests. Like, one of the big things that's really interesting to me right now is I have this goal that within 5 years, I want our family to be food self-sufficient. And so I've been doing so much learning. We're getting ready to start gardening and raising animals and that type of thing. So maybe I'll dip into that world a little bit with my videos. Like I mentioned, I also love interior design. That's kind of where I've been professionally for the last while. And so maybe I'll stick around that subject matter a little bit more and kind of show those things. But I think I'll figure that out as I go and see what I like to record and show. And, maybe it just becomes a cooking channel with Ender. Because we do have a lot of fun in the kitchen. We make some really good food. So thanks for joining me. If you're interested in seeing where I go and how my videos improve, definitely hit the subscribe button. Come back and see more. I'm going to try and post at least monthly as I get better and better at filming and editing. And I really want to focus on that. And mainly with this video, I just needed to get this out here so I could start the ball rolling. So that's all for now. Take care, guys.